There's no question right now that inflation is absolutely happening, and of course, it is squeezing families across the country, even those making more than six figures per year. They are now starting to feel the squeeze, and as I talked about last week, 48% of those households say that they're now living paycheck to paycheck as well. But at the same time that we've hit this, record inflation, and it's actually expected to go even higher in March, at this same time, corporate profits, magically it seems, have gone through the roof. Now that seems a little odd, right? Because inflation is supposed to happen because costs go up across the board all through the supply chain, right? It costs more to get things, it costs more to make things, so therefore it costs more to buy things. So if the price increases we were paying right now were only due to inflation, corporate profits would in fact remain steady across the board. They would be paying more to get us the goods, but we'd be paying more, so it would even out profits, which would match year over year. But according to a new report from Accountable US, that's not what's happening. So let me read this from this report here. Let's start over here. As grocery prices increased 6.5%, the country's largest supermarket chains, Walmart, Kroger, and Costco, benefited from price increases while seeing their fiscal year net incomes increase by a total of $238 million and increasing stock buybacks and dividends by over $12 billion. As gasoline prices increased 49.6% in 2021, the three biggest U.S. oil companies, ExxonMobil, Marathon, Chevron, benefited from higher prices, seeing previously negative profits jump nearly $87.5 billion, while boosting shareholder handouts by over $4.5 billion in fiscal year 2021. As gas and electric utility prices climbed 24.1% and 6.3% respectively, the three biggest U.S. gas and electric companies, Exelon, Duke, and Southern Company, all benefited from higher rates, with profits climbing by $1.64 billion, while spending $7.3 billion on shareholder handouts in 2021. Medical care prices increased 2.2%. The biggest drug makers, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and AbbVie, saw profits jump by over 90% to $54 billion, while boosting shareholder handouts by nearly $2.6 billion in 2021. We're paying more, not just because of inflation. We're paying more because they can make us pay more. That's the bottom line. That's the end of it. Nothing else even needs to be said beyond that other than we're getting screwed because they know they can screw us. That's it. That's corporate America for you. We get screwed because they're allowed to keep screwing us. And that's the truth. Unfortunately, they are allowed to do this. Now, we do have some lawmakers. I know Elizabeth Warren's been leading the charge on it. Sheldon Whitehouse has been leading the charge. Bernie Sanders has been talking about it. But something has to be done to stop these price gougers. Because let me tell you how this works. And they've admitted this, by the way. People that have attended the big meetings, where they talk about these things, they admit they raise prices during times of hyperinflation like this because they can. Because here's the kicker. Inflation will eventually go down, or the entire economy crumbles and America ceases to exist. But either way, prices are going to go down, in either one of those horrible scenarios. So prices go back down. Americans feel relief. Suddenly you go and you look at gas and you're like, oh, it's only $2.50 a gallon. It was $4.50 a gallon last week, so hey, we're doing better, right? Well, no, because it would be even lower than that. But corporations leave those price increases in place. So even when the prices drop from inflation, it's still not where it used to be because of the artificial price increase the corporations put on there, but you still think you're getting a better deal because it's not as high as it had been. That's why they do it. That, and of course, because our politicians just seem to let them get away with it. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.